Okay, all my mud fossil friends, if you have been around mud fossils whatsoever, you understand that I validate and I prove everything that I say with physical chemistry and anatomy and the whole, so there is no guessing games when I do things. Now, I am using Brien Foerster's excellent examination and questioning of what he sees, and I'm commenting on it. He does not support anything that I say. He does not endorse Mudfossil University. He would be a fool to, because the things that I say are so extreme, but they are absolutely proven. So when I comment on his work, I will state, he'll say, look at this, well, how did this happen? And I will say, here's what my opinion is. That's all I'm doing. He's not endorsing, and he does not get in trouble for any of this. We're both looking for the truth. We're both doing DNA tests. We both have proof. We both see what others miss. It's obvious other people are missing this stuff. Brien shows up there. He goes right there close. He looks at it. He says, well, how does that happen? How did that happen? What's this all about? Well, how come that's different from this? Why does this be over here and it's not over there? He's asking the questions that people just, oh, look at these big blocks, and they walk away going, oh, isn't that nice, honey? All right, well, we're looking a little deeper. That's my point. I examine the materials. I go right into I'm a material chemist, and I work in the semiconductor industry, and I understand how things bond and work and all that business. And I know, then I related these things. I looked at these stones and I said, whoa, there's something not right here. And I finally realized this is the chemistry of life. These are the chemistry of life. So I use that material to conclude what these things are. I relate the body chemistry to the rock chemistry, and I relate the rock structure to creatures, to the different creatures. Who was it? What kind of an animal was it? I relate the historical texts to the things that I found, giant creatures. And I mean giant. And they're all certified 100% DNA, autopsy anatomist certified, scanned by Jesse Garant and Associates, who are the best of the best. If you ever want anything deep scan, they do racing car engines, industrial equipment, and certify tolerances and materials, and absolutely phenomenal. And everything you see here has been certified, DNA certified, and anatomist certified, and CAT scan. So it's time to take this a little more seriously, but again, Brien is not the guy that you want to point to for making the statements that I'm making. He is going out just looking around, and he just really threw me a word here or there. No real relationship. He said, you can do what you want, you can show my stuff. But that is as far as I've gone, and he's smart to stay at arm's length, because until this is proven, which is proven, it's proven. But if you come out and start screaming about it in public, which I did, they put you in the corner, and he does not deserve to be in the corner. I don't either. So, but he does not deserve it all. He's asking mainstream and saying, come on, and I am too. I'm saying, come on, disprove me. So that's all I'm saying. I'm probably going to put this little clip in front of most of the statements that I make and claims that I make about his videos, because I'm planning to go through, well, I have already done a bunch of them, and I'm going to continue on to do them as long as he accepts this, and I see no reason, if he's looking for truth, and I see that in every statement he makes. I think we have a relationship here that I'll stay at arm's length. He can show me, and I can state, and then let others make a decision. All right, thank you. Let's start with this. This is an Egyptian statue. Now, you can clearly see that it's coated with a layer of something that I'm going to call putty or concrete, or actually granular little bits and pieces of material glued together that constitute this mold over the top of what is quite obviously a mummy. And this is the wrapping of the mummy. It's clearly seen. Now, I'm going to show you something from Brien Foerster's video right now. This is a Brien Foerster Lost Ancient High Technology Egypt 2017 update, Tanis and Aswan. Now, listen to this. You're going out looking at it. He's asking some good questions. I'm going to stop it as he goes here and there. But if you understand the colors of mud fossils, you're going to see these red sort of things bleeding out. This is literally from life. And so is this. These leaching things are from blood. Now, you see this? That was this guy's leg. This is his foot. That is arterial, vein blood. The black is from vein. All right, it's expended blood. It's FeO2. It's hard. The red is a more of a loose or substance. It makes red ochre. It makes red sandstone. Old red sandstone, pipestone, all of that stuff. Now you'll see he's wondering, why is this like running off here? It's literally bled from the vein. That doesn't normally happen a lot. But this is a huge structure, and it somehow liquefied itself inside. Once they stabilize the black, normally it's pretty hard. The red is different. The red hydrates easily and it comes out. But and that's why it's open here. So let's watch this. I say, he said, look, it looks melted. Why is this? Well, it's melted. It's running out of there. It's literally a liquid that oozed out. Now we're coming to the head of the statue. Now, you can see his ear. Literally, something is leaking out of his ear. You're going to see patterns of living tissue, and you're also going to see that this is just molded over the surface of whatever this guy was when he was alive. So let's continue to watch. Here's the killer right here. Those are his ribs. You see that? This is lungs. You see that? I think that's his liver. His kidneys or something down in here. It's some kind of an organ. That's his chest. The muscles of his chest. Then they coated him with some kind of thing, and then they put this coating over the top of him so that he would apparently achieve immortality. But he's asking the right question. Very strange weathering. Well, yeah, it's strange if you don't understand that it was alive. This is exactly. You can get DNA from this. No question whatsoever. Even Harvard, Max Planck. I sent my stuff about DNA. Nobody did any DNA. It doesn't last. It doesn't last. So nobody even did it. So I decided, well, my stuff is real. I'm going to go ahead and have the DNA done, because I knew inside, deep enough, you go inside here, you're going to find blood, which blood has a characteristic they don't understand either, which is called chelation. Chelation is the blood molecules themselves contain these transition metals, and they surround themselves with little molecules that keep them like inside of a rubber bag. They're called ligands, and you can only crack those open with acids. So as long as you don't hit them with too much acids, and you keep them at a pH 7.2, 7.3, 7.4 in that area, they will literally never go bad. The DNA, it's going to stay in there literally forever. And they found this out, and Harvard and Max Planck said, we can take it right out of the mud now. And then what they do is they take it out of the mud, and then there might be 1,000 different species in a gram of mud. I'm serious. And then they take it and they sort it all out, and they say, "Ooh, we got 2 of these and 1 of these and 7 of those and 8 of these." And seriously, that's what they're doing now. And I sent them my work 3 years ago at least. And I just see about a year ago they decided this is fine, the mud, but they still don't want to talk about where that mud comes from. Is things like this and mud fossils, which totally upset their thinking. Because these are giants. These are gigantic giants. These aren't little puppies. And neither are mine. I have them over 200 feet tall. DNA certified. 100% DNA certified. I have right on the bench over there. I have well, here, hold on a second. All right, now, this might be a little hard to see. I'm going to try to put it up here in the light. Well, that's not too bad. This is the skin from the finger of a giant. Now, it's the skin from literally, well, I got a Band-Aid on there, but if you took your own finger and just before the skin hits the fingerprint, I think it might be on the thumb. I'll show you the finger that I took it from. And then that's this. Now, this is the skin, these are the fingerprints. And in between the fingerprints, there's these little dots. You see those little dots? I'll show you what. Those are the sweat glands. I'm not kidding you. And see this little crease here? This is like right on the edge of your finger. Where it comes up and it steps up until it hits the fingerprint. All right, and this is the underside of the skin. All right, and we took the DNA from inside the finger after this skin came off. Down, I forget where it came off. I don't know, it's years ago, but anyway, this is what happens. This is what it is. And that was the skin. This is called grip skin. That's the thickness of the grip skin. And I'll show you the finger in a minute. But that's the fingerprint. And that was DNA tested. And it had dense DNA, dense. And it was modern human mitochondrial DNA. That's all I can tell you. Oh, how did this guy, how did he eat, what did he do, how did he live? I have no clue. I'm showing you the material evidence. You say, well, you know, you can make all your own decisions about the rest of the stuff. I am showing you what exists. What exists, exists. If it exists, it exists. Now, I would think you'd relish in the challenge to figure out why did they do this? How did they do this? What was the reason? Does it have an effect on us today? Is it something that's just a curiosity? Does it have any meaning? All right. So this, and it's very meaningful to me. It's extremely meaningful because I think this shows that there's a lot more to what we have going on than we have realized. Like that's a creature inside of there. And that's his shoulder, and that's her knee. So let's get real. Things are different than we thought. This is the skin I was showing. This is the skin. It's called grip skin, and that it has the little pores in between the dots I showed, and that's the pattern of the skin. Now, as it goes forward here, this is from a video of a video of a video. I show the fingertip, and I can't find. Here it is, right here. I can't find it anywhere else, so this is the best I'm going to be able to do for you. But it's well, it's like 3 feet, 30 inches, something like that across. And that fingernail is absolutely flawless. It's so perfect. And I got one yesterday, somebody sent me, of a finger that is absolutely flawless too. These people had very good hygiene. I mean, that fingernail is so perfect. You know, and this is what happens. These mud fossil segments break off. I mean, they open up because these were flushed in water and forever waterlogged. And that is what it separates the chunks of bone, because every bone is completely wrapped. Here, let me show you what happens to bones. All right, this is what happens to bones. It's called tunica, and it's I think they call it. Periosteum now or something, but it's this. You see this wrap here, this little triangle that came around wrapped just like that, and this is a fabric. If you saw this in the microscope, you're going to see it's all little fibers intermixed with a wet bloody substance, and this is a bone, and this they really literally wrap it like a and the ancients called it tunica, which means like a tunic. And that is what surrounds all of these and completely encapsulates them from the rest of your body. It's, you know, it might be called fascia, you can call it whatever you want, but it's a complete wrapping of every bone, and they separate along these fascia lines. That is how they all break apart, and that's why we find them in these particular conditions. They're separated from each other mostly. Alright, this is a 36-inch wide palm of a hand, and that's where the left hand goes off like this. You have a little strip of tendon that comes down just like that. Your thumb goes off like this. We found the thumb, we found the knuckles, we found a few of the fingers, found the palm, and it was DNA certified as a mitochondrial human. You know, and this is ancient protocols done, 3 different DNA tests we had done of 3 different specimens, and they all came back as just what we expected, mitochondrial human DNA. They're anatomically exact, and the autopsy people owns his own autopsy school. Absolutely, it's all completely anatomically correct. So, okay, for those that are interested, here it is, Mudfossil University up on YouTube. And it's on Facebook and where else we have it here? Facebook and on YouTube. And here is the PDF that is the DNA tests that certify the things that I've been saying are true. There's 3 certified DNA tests there, done with ancient protocols and all that. So it's under construction right now, the website. And I started this research in 2012, and it was